Hi guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey guys. I don't know if y'all remember Martin Lawrence. I don't know if y'all remember him, but he used to say, "What's up?" Hey guys, it's attorney Wafula Val, Queen, dancing lawyer. Well, I got so many nicknames. Boxing lawyer. But in a nutshell, I'm always here to help you. Always here to help you. And our specialty, of course, is VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, which applies to both men and women who are in an abusive, toxic relationship with their U.S. citizen, green card holder, spouse. We also we also specialize in adjusting the status through marriage cases. But yeah, let me just say what I said in the beginning again. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know how Martin used to do it, but if y'all remember the famous sitcom Martin Lawrence, he used to go like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" Anyway, y'all, it's been a minute. I hope y'all having a great week. Today I'm here to talk to y'all about something good, because I think not many people realize, yeah, what kind of question that is. I don't think many people realize when they actually qualify for VAWA. So we're just gonna talk about some signs that could indicate that you qualify for VAWA. All right. And so, if you know anything about the immigration process, you know that anytime you have anything criminal or anything fraudulent on your record, it could be very well used against you. Like now, when it's time to get a green card, or now when it's time for you to naturalize and become a citizen. And so, but what if this is the scenario we're covering today? What if your spouse made you do something illegal, something fraudulent, as a form of duress or as a way for you to remain with your spouse? So, your spouse made you sell some weed, some crack, some heroin, or you are caught distributing weed, crack, heroin, or you were caught doing something crazy or something fraudulent, and it was as a result of your spouse forcing you, pushing you to do that. So what if that's your situation? So if that's your situation, I get asked this question all the time. Can I qualify for VAWA? Okay, so again, the context we're talking about is you're in a marriage to a U.S. citizen or green card holder, and over time they begin to abuse you, threaten you, beat you up, right? And so it's already a very abusive, very toxic relationship. And as time goes, one of the things they ask you to do is to do something illegal: sell drugs, sell weed, sell heroin, sell crack, or they ask you to actually consume weed, heroin, crack, or you're caught, the police, the popos catch you with heroin, weed, crack. When African America said, "I'd sell it," right? So if you're in a situation where you're forced to do this by your spouse, and then you actually get a conviction, all right, and if you know anything about immigration law, you know that such convictions would very much work against you. So what happens in that situation? Can I qualify for VAWA? And the answer is yes. All right, and VAWA, like I told y'all, is the liberator of so many situations, right? I told you that it's like the Jesus of the immigration world. It wipes away a lot of things, right? Because with VAWA has a provision that says if you're in an abusive relationship with your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse and they force you, they make you to do something crazy, and you're able to show that what they did, that they forced you, that it was under duress, that you were selling weed, you're selling crack, you're selling heroin, or that you are consuming weed, crack, or heroin, or that you did something fraudulent. You know, you were buying fake checks or selling fake checks, or you robbed a bank because your spouse made you do it. It was part of the things they made you do as part of your relationship. Then VAWA would actually give you a waiver and enable you to still get a green card, even though you did all those things, right, under the duress of your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse. Now, obviously, it's a little bit more complicated than what I'm explaining it. You know, obviously, it's going to require a very good lawyer to actually prove this up, that the two were actually connected. That you just weren't selling heroin or selling crack on your own will, right? You'd have to actually be able to prove this, and that's where a good lawyer comes in. All right. So again, I'm talking to those people, and this happens much more than people realize because I just had a conversation today with someone about this. All right. Someone who ended up with a conviction for controlled substance, and it was a very serious conviction, right? And the question was from a client, well, can we still do this viral case? Is this possible? So the answer is yes. With some good lawyering, it's very much possible for you to get a green card and eventually become a citizen, even though you have a serious conviction under your belt. So in other words, if we weren't filing for VAWA, this person's chances may be at a lower rate because only VAWA creates this waiver, this excuse, right? Only VAWA creates that for people. So if my client was adjusting their status through marriage, might be a totally different scenario, okay? Or through, in other words, a VAWA is the only ways. Let's put it that way, where you could have a serious conviction under your belt and still be able to get your green card, still be able to get your citizenship. All right. Now, I've discussed the law. I always like to keep that very brief. Now I'm going to start taking questions. I'll start taking questions because I've got requests. And as always, if you want to ask me a question, it's best to come live. You can come live and ask me any question you'd like. And then, of course, it's up to me to answer. Right. So I reserve the right to be like, that's a constitution question. All right. Hello.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm one of your followers. Follow me on all social media platforms.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I have a quick question for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did here a adjustment of status with my United States citizen wife, but I'm actually presently waiting for my working permit because I have the case tracker. But like when I check the case tracker, it's always showing like 162 days, and it's almost coming to like 6 months now. I just want to ask whether they're going to approve it or he's on his way coming. Because actually, I'm really stressed right now. We just had a
what's
baby.
The last thing that happened?
It's just too much.
What's the last thing that happened on your case?
You said what?
I want to hear you well. What's the last thing that happened? Have you gotten an approval?
No, not yet. I haven't gotten an approval yet. But when I check the case status, the case tracker is showing like 162 days. I don't know what is going on.
Okay.
Yet.
So your wife petitioned for you?
Yes, absolutely, to do adjustment of status.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you've been following me, but I've been covering this in a lot of lives and saying that for adjustment of status to marriage, it is taking longer these days than it used to. Yeah. So yeah, nothing to worry about. It could take even sometimes up to 2 years, even less or more. So depending on your city, like places like New York, could take for a long time, even depending on where you are.
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you the specific time. Call me, but general, it could take some time. So nothing to worry about. Have you been called for an interview?
No, not yet. I haven't called me for any.
Yeah. Okay. Just go drink a tall glass of cold water and relax. Okay. Because in other words, it's just not yet time. Have you got a work permit? Got some things yet?
No, I haven't got my work permit yet. I'm just waiting for the work permit because we did the filing in April 21st. So like April 21st to October this 21st is gonna be like 6 months.
Well, I'm smiling because anyone that knows immigration would tell you that you're tripping. You got a long way to go. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be fine though.
I believe God, yeah. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Bye. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, you can ask some questions. You can come live. I'm taking live questions. That's my preference. Someone says that this, I don't mind answering because this may not be something you want to come and say on a live, but someone said I'm doing illegal things due to my spouse. What do I do? Call me. Let's talk about VAWA. I think you could very well qualify for VAWA. And that's always a good indication that you qualify for VAWA. If your spouse has you doing illegal things, selling drugs, consuming drugs, selling weapons, consuming weapons, using weapons, and it's something that he or she's making you do to stay in the relationship, or he or she's making you do so that they don't harm your children or something. They're using something against you to make sure, to force you to do something wrong, then yeah, you very well could qualify for VAWA. And like I talked about earlier today, it's usually a very good indication that you qualify for VAWA. Okay. All right. Let me see, guys. If you have a question, now's the time to come live. It's 6:19, so I'd say by 6:22. If I have no other questions, I'll consider it that it was an early day for myself, and I'm gonna go home and eat a good dinner. All right. What's the cost of? Of course, I can't tell you that. If I tell you that, I gotta. I'm joking. I can't tell you how much we charge for VAWA on a live video, obviously. So please give me a call, schedule a consultation, and we'll talk about how much we charge. All right. Hospitals are endless. Okay. Let me see. I want to answer one question here that I saw, and then we'll call it a day. If nobody's coming live to ask the questions, let me see. On YouTube, somebody asked something. Yeah. Hello, Val Queen. I'm in removal for being out of status. Is it possible to use the VAWA to terminate court proceedings? Absolutely. Absolutely. We've used it many times for our clients to get them terminated out of proceedings. And then after that, we're able to get them a travel permit and they're able to go home. So to answer your question, if you're in deportation proceedings, I've always said it in prior lives that VAWA is one of your best options. If you're in deportation proceedings and you've been there before, you know that your possibilities under deportation proceedings kind of minimize, kind of become less. So if you or someone who's listening is in deportation proceedings, you definitely want to talk to a very good VAWA lawyer. VAWA is going to be one of your best options, absolutely. Not only to get your green card, but also it provides a source or a way of protection against deportation. Because one of the benefits of VAWA is that it prevents you from being deported. Of course, unless they find you committed some crime or have some serious felonies or something on your record, and there's no way to waive them. But long story short, if you're in deportation proceedings, VAWA is usually it's either the best or the only way for you usually to get out of deportation proceedings, to prevent from yourself from being deported, and then of course also to eventually get your green card. So yes, absolutely, VAWA is a great option. Give us a call. We'd love to help you. At the very least, get your VAWA process going and get your green card through VAWA. All right. That's my response to Mr. Kenzo. All right. Someone says I received a second work permit on my VAWA process. Is that normal? Yes. Yes. In some situations. Okay. All right. And I see one person. There was two. I think I'm going to take one more question, and this is it. That'll be it after that. And let's see. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
How are you doing?
Not that bad.
Not
Sorry,
that
I have
bad.
some little question.
What people say is a little question. It's usually a big question.
On my case, I've been married for like 6 years now.
Okay.
And I've been denied twice.
Why were you denied?
Reason being one, my wife had a baby outside our marriage. That was 2 years after I got married, I had a baby.
Okay.
And it was an issue because then my lawyer didn't want me to put that baby to some wherever,
Okay.
Then secondly, she don't allow me to file with her because she want to get more for wherever. So we're going back and forth, and just a couple of months now, we got denied again. So
why did they deny you the second time?
Yeah, the reason why I didn't even know she was doing. She was taking the support. This is the government support. I didn't know. So when they now requested for it, then when I now asked her, she was like, she didn't put marriage. I was like, why do you do that? You didn't let me know. You know what I'm saying? So when I now requested for it, she was like, her case study says she cannot change it after like 3 months. So, but I know then they give us 30 days to submit those documents. So I could not submit it. So the reason was we're not filing tax together and we could not define our status on that wherever. So they denied it again. So my question is, do you think I can file for VAWA on that, or what do you think?
It's a trick question. It's a
Yeah.
trick question. Well, what I can say is that you got some indications that it's possible, maybe, but we can't just file for Val because she didn't put you on her forms, or that because you didn't file taxes together. There's got to be much more than that. Okay, it's got to be like an intention on her part to keep you under. Right, there's got to be an intention on her part to take advantage of your immigration status. So, and those are things kind of we will talk about in the consultation. All right. Assuming that's a yes, then yes, you should be able to file for Val.
Yeah,
But what I can
because now
tell you,
she's threatening she want
but
to
what I
support
can,
her.
so I,
She
in
want
other
to
words, I
divorce
can't
another.
speak on whether you qualify for VAWA yet right now. We need the consultation. But what I can absolutely tell you is that I filed for VAWA for people who've been denied before, and we got the VAWA approved. So if that's your question, I'm telling you it's a possibility. If your question is, since I've been denied, can I, do I still have a chance to VAWA? It's possible, but it would have to talk.
No problem. I'll
Okay.
call you.
Bye bye.
All right.
See. All right. So remove him. Okay, guys. I think it's 6:25. I'm gonna keep my promise. I'm going home. If you want to come live and ask me questions, you can catch me live next time. I see there's some people that are waiting to come live, but the time is gone. I said 6:25. I'm leaving. So catch me live on my next live, and we can talk. But in summary, if you or someone you know is being forced to do something illegal, something fraudulent, to rob a bank, cash fake checks or something like that, or your spouse is forcing you to sell drugs, consume drugs, sell weapons, use weapons, I don't know, the list is unending and goes on and on, then usually that's a very great indication that you qualify for VAWA. Okay. So if you're in a relationship where your spouse is forcing you to do crazy things under duress, and is using something against you to keep you, to have you continue to do those crazy things, like maybe they're threatening to kill your parents or kill your kids if you don't abide, or threatening to leave you, whatever, that's usually a great sign that you have a great VAWA case, and that you should really be speaking to a VAWA lawyer. Also, because obviously you don't want to continue to do something like that, end up with a conviction or a charge for something like selling drugs or heroin or meth, things like that. You definitely don't want to end up with a charge or conviction of such a nature. But even if you did, I started off this live by saying that I think even if you have such a conviction like that, VAWA is still going to be probably your best option anyway, to be able to explain away how you got such a conviction. Okay, because if you're in the immigration world, if some charge is anything that's like a felony, anything that's an aggravated felony, anything that immigration considers to be not good, like like anything that society considers not to be a good thing, if you have a charge that's based on something like that, it could very much hinder you from getting a green card. Again, unless you're able to get a waiver, or unless you fall under something like VAWA, which automatically waives things like those. Again, as long as you can show that that you are in an abusive relationship, and that it was your abusive spouse that coerced you into doing things like that. All right. So, long story short, if you're doing something crazy, you may want to stop first of all. Secondly, you definitely want to talk to somebody like me or a good VAWA lawyer, so that we can see how, if you've already been charged with something like that or convicted with something like that, how we could still try to possibly help you. First of all, stop what you do it. Second of all, maybe get out the relationship, and then third, uh, of course, get you a green card. Guys, it's been real. It's been good. Bye. Oh, the other thing I want to say, I want to remind people about the question people asked. Someone asked me if you're in deportation proceedings, vow is probably your best option. All right, it really is. It's gonna prevent you from getting deported. Usually, it's gonna give you still eventually lead to a green card. Usually, as long as you have a good lawyer and all works well. Yeah. All right, and it's also gonna help get you out of deportation proceedings. I just thought I should stress that again for people. Bye, guys.